Hey everybody, it's Chaplain Sal, back for another coffee with the chaplain as I clean my hands. As promised, another coffee cup. So I thought I'd come to you on this Star Wars day and talk to you about selfishness. Selfishness. See a lot of it going on in the media, and yes, here in our facility. And you may be wondering, selfishness. I'm not being selfish. I'm talking more specifically about the idea of wanting. It's my right, my freedom. I should be able to go wherever I want. Let us go where we want to go. I want to go back to church. I want to go to the grocery store. I want to go see my children. I want to go see my grandchildren. They can't keep us locked up. This is not right. Rules are meant to be broken. That's selfishness. I know that in this time of pandemic, we've been quarantined, self-quarantined for the last 2 months or so. None of us have been through this before. This is new for everyone. Unless you were alive during the 1918 Spanish flu pandemic, this is new for everybody. We're isolated, and states are on lockdown because of the idea of protecting the most vulnerable. All of the health care and infectious disease people and the healthcare people who are working on fighting this pandemic are telling us, without proper testing, the only way to protect the most vulnerable people in our communities is isolation. And I know it's hard. It's really frustrating. I miss going to church too. Bristol Glen is my congregation. As a chaplain, I don't have a congregation that I lead, but I consider everyone who lives and works in Bristol Glen to be my congregation. I know my friends and colleagues who are pastors. They do not like having to film and record church. They want to be with their people. That's what it means to be in a faith community, is to be with our people. You know, John Wesley said the Bible knows not a solitary religion, where it's a faith that's based on being together with people. So we're facing some challenges. It's hard to be apart from people right now. I know that's frustrating. It's hard to think of loved ones passing away without someone there. I mean, this has completely changed the way that I do ministry to those who are at the end of their life. It definitely does not make it easy. This is affecting how we take care of people at the end of life. And it's sad to see people die alone, but it's important that we keep our distance. Your freedom is not worth your neighbor's life. I'll say that again. Your freedom is not worth your neighbor's life, especially if you are a self-professing Christian. And this is my take only, but I will repeat that again. If you are a self-professing Christian, your freedom is not worth your neighbor's life. Jesus tells us, as you've done unto the least of these, you've done unto Jesus. Your life is not worth your neighbor's freedom. And as frustrating as this may be, you want to see your grandchildren, your freedom is not worth your neighbor's life. Now, I know it might be frustrating to see some of the staff to go home and then come back. Well, if we get to leave, you know whose life you're putting in danger if you go out into the community? My newborn sons. My wife's. your grandchildren. I go home, I spend time with my wife and my newborn child, and I come to work. That's it. If you or I were to go out and to be on a beach or in a store or somewhere close with people, we are putting our loved ones' lives at risk. So I would ask you to name one person you're willing to sacrifice for your freedom to go to church. Name one person whose life you're willing to sacrifice for the freedom to go where you want. So let me close with some scripture. This is from the Gospel of Mark, when Jesus is asked by a teacher of the law, what is the most important commandment? Jesus says, the most important one is this. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and all your mind and with all your strength. And the second is this. Love your neighbor as yourself. There is no greater commandment than this. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I know this was a pretty heavy tone, but it's a series. This is an important matter. So be well. We'll get through this. I know it's frustrating, but hang on a little bit longer. We can get through it. We have hope. The hope is that one day we can get out and see our families. But for now, we have to be separated. All right. May the force be with you.
If I sing, but don't have love, I waste my breath with every song.